world's leading and popular electric automaker, Tesla, has lost its spot on the ESG version of the S&P 500 index, and Tesla CEO Elon Musk is not a happy man. Elon Musk believes his company has got all the necessary fundamentals to get a good ESG score, but he is convinced that ESG and World Economic Forum in general are all skewed, and that explains why Tesla is losing the top spot in the recent rating. So, what exactly is Elon Musk's view of Klaus Schwab and his organization? Is the recent rating a major concern for Tesla? Well, be sure to watch this video till the end to find out. If you're new here, make sure to subscribe and hit the bell notifications icon so as not to miss out on any of our new videos. Now, let's get straight into the video. Being at the top of any industry has got its fair share of challenges, and Elon Musk's EV automaker Tesla, which is the leading automaker by valuation, still faces major threats that might crumble it. And even though Elon Musk has remained steadfast to protect his company from critics, the recent ESG ratings seem to be a major blow to Tesla and Elon Musk. If you're just stumbling to this term for the first term, ESG is a standard measure of a company's long-term exposure to environmental, social, and governance risks, a phenomenon that's becoming a norm for all companies to comply by. However, many companies still ignore investing in ESG, which means they do not evaluate these standards during their quarterly or annual earnings call. This eventually affects their ESG score when rated against their peers based on energy efficiency, worker safety, and board diversity. Generally, a company scores a high ESG rating if it manages its ESG risks well in comparison to its peers, while a company with a low ESG score means that it has a higher unmanaged ESG. These ratings are tracked by the S&P Dow Jones Index, which was launched in 2019. And it measures the stock value of the U.S. largest companies by valuation, provided the companies meet given sustainability criteria. It aims to provide investors with an opportunity to effectively choose companies based on their commitment to strong ESG goals. The World Economic Forum, an independent international organization for public-private cooperation, which was established in 1971, is notable for fronting the ESG standards, even though the ESG standards were introduced by the United Nations. Founded by German economist Klaus Schwab, the World Economic Forum, WEF, which is based in Geneva, Switzerland, believes ESG is an imperative tool for assessing all organizations and that all companies should embrace it. It brings together political and business leaders from across the world to discuss issues affecting the world's economy. Now, according to the recently released S&P Dow Jones indices, Tesla's score on the environmental, social, and governance ESG standards has traded fairly well for the past years. However, the company has lost track when compared to global peers in 2022. It is even shocking that the controversial oil company ExxonMobil seems to be faring far much better than Tesla after being listed in the top 10 ESG-compliant companies. This comes as a surprise to many, considering that Tesla is known to advance environmental sustainability through its production of electric vehicles, which play a big role in achieving zero emission. In fact, if it was not for Elon Musk and his company, Tesla, probably we'd not be talking of the EV revolution by now. He reintroduced EVs to the world, and the concept is on fire. But besides the environmental aspect, where Tesla is scoring well, the company seems to be faring badly on the social and governance aspect of the ESG standards. And this is something that Senior Director and Head of ESG Indices for S&P Dow Jones in North America, Margaret Dorn, agrees with saying, while Tesla may be playing its part in taking fuel-powered cars off the road, it has fallen behind its peer when examined through the wider ESG lens. The data provided by the S&P 500 ESG shows that among the issues that led to Tesla's recent poor performance on the ESG standards are increased concerns related to working conditions and Tesla's poor handling of an investigation into deaths and injuries linked to its autopilot feature. Other related challenges that played against Tesla include a lack of low-carbon strategy as well as a lack of codes of business conduct. But how did Elon Musk receive this news? Well, Elon Musk, like any other person was frustrated with the 2022 ESG ratings, which indicated that his company Tesla was performing poorly on the overall ESG ratings. And even though the company didn't respond immediately to an emailed request for comment, its CEO, Elon Musk, took to Twitter to express his frustration by describing ESG as a scam that has been weaponized by phony social justice warriors. Musk also used memes to mock the inclusion of 6 oil companies on the ESG index. According to Musk, a good ESG score equates to a company's compliance with the leftist agenda. But this is not the first time Elon Musk is expressing distaste for ESG ratings. He is on record insulting ESG ratings through a tweet post in which he posted, "I am increasingly convinced that corporate ESG is the devil incarnate." His tweet received overwhelming support from his fans who started to recent against ESG. One fan replied to Elon Musk saying, "A Trojan horse for tyranny." However, the ESG fraternity did not shy away from defending themselves. They replied to Elon Musk's tweet, trying to elaborate on their independence by writing, "That's an awful take. Whether Wall Street wants us to or not, the world needs to become more sustainable. ESG rules need to be redefined, and those who work on ESG will be the first to admit that. Trying harder for ethical investing is not the devil incarnate. Get a grip, Elon." Others who sided with ESG is Kristen Hull, founder of Nia Impact Capital, a sustainability fund located in Oakland, California, that has been pushing Tesla to address worker issues. Kristen noted that she feels relieved that there was finally accountability and that this move signals to other companies that ESG standards and improving them matters. She also pointed out that the poor ratings will definitely affect Tesla financially. But is there any truth in Elon Musk's point of view about ESG and its biggest supporters like WEF? Now, looking at the WEF in general, we can say there's some evidence that can prove Elon Musk's claims that the organization is skewed. Ideally, WEF membership consists of a cross-section of the global elite from the private and public sectors, including CEOs, diplomats, media personalities, religious leaders, government officials, as well as union representatives. Now, with all these prominent leaders, it's not a surprise to realize that a majority of them are there to advance their selfish interests. Well, going by Elon Musk's display of frustration on Twitter, there is no doubt that Tesla is more concerned by these ESG ratings. Tesla is a giant automaker that has already positioned itself at the helm of the automotive industry. Elon Musk knows well that any negative sentiments toward his company can have lasting ramifications on its stock price and the company's general financial performance. Now, considering that ESG data, analytics, and research are used by socially conscious investors or partners to make sound investment decisions, you can be sure Tesla's poor ESG performance will make it hard for the company to attract new socially conscious investors. This is because investors are showing an increased interest in putting their money where their values are. And that explains why Elon Musk took to Twitter to defend his company, which he believes has invested heavily in the quest to achieve zero emission and should be credited for that. There is considerable evidence that companies that give serious consideration to their environmental and social responsibilities perform well financially. Well, probably Tesla will be working towards improving its ESG standards to avoid the impact of the poor ESG ratings. So there you have it, guys. Do you think the World Economic Forum is skewed against Elon Musk and his automaker company Tesla? Let us know in the comment section below. If you enjoyed watching this video, be sure to leave a like and subscribe to this channel for more amazing content like this. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.